Hello and welcome back to Aurora 4X. Welcome to Commonwealth of United Stars, episode number 22. And we are on the eve of a major military operation into the system of Ceti and potentially into the enemy stronghold. Now, there are two things I want to accomplish with our incursion. We have sent the Cruiser Destroyer Squadrons 1 and 2, as well as the Carrier Division number 1 with a Destroyer Squadron in escort, as well as Destroyer Squadron 1 as well, to begin operations in the area of Ceti and potentially into Acheron. Now, what I want to do, as previously stated, is I want to secure the jump point, move our orbital defense platforms and whatnot into this area, and then begin to move towards securing the entire solar system. So, securing this, then move up towards Acheron, secure that jump point, and then get wrecks, salvaging of these wrecks, which we have a lot of our own wreckage left around. To do that, we're going to send through now both Cruiser Destroyer Squadrons. We've got Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 1 and 2 moving through. We've also got Carrier Division moving through, as well as Destroyer Squadron 1, who should be moving through. Now, we can begin to move, and what we will be doing is we'll use the Apollo to begin moving over the Axolotl-class vessels accordingly. So once through, I'm going to detach the Strike Fighter Squadron, and I'm going to use that to bring forward the orbital defense platforms into this area for defensive purposes. We also want to bring some mine layers, if we can, to mine the area up. But I don't think that I have any mine layers currently available. I might do. I do, but they're a long way away, but we'll order them to head over. Alright, we have entered the system. I'm going to keep the carrier division here for now, and we're going to start moving stuff over. So we're going to detach the Strike Fighter Squadron, and I'm going to detach the escort carrier. We're going to go through to Beta Antilliate. We're going to go to fleets, and we're going to begin to load up everything that we need. So I'll move to the first one, which will be grid B1. The Destroyer Squadron 1 will remain in its location, and then I'm going to dispatch Cruiser Squadron 1 towards the inner solar system to make sure that we are completely fine in terms of any aliens that might be hiding out on any of these worlds. Again, we're hunting Swarm, and so we expect some fast ships, but a single Cruiser Destroyer Squadron should be able to deal with most stuff that we've seen so far. Of course, there are those larger ships. So we have, where is it? Gigantes. So we're going to move to Gigantes, and that'll take 4 days to reach. And I'm going to wait for the Apollo, obviously, because there's going to be jump shock. There we go. Then it's going to we should be able to grab the Beta Antilliate defense. Let's have a look here. Oh, Destroyer Squadrons. We've got a lot of forces now. So Beta Antilliate defense grid 1. We're going to bring you forward, and then we're going to transit through this Ceti jump point. We've done that, and then I'm going to deploy all of these on top of the jump point, because there's no point in putting them anywhere else, because we want them to be able to shoot anything that's coming straight towards it. And unlike with the previous setup where we had them arrayed against any kind of squadron jumps that might jump in, it'd be more helpful to just have them out here, right? So we're going to detach that. Then I'm going to go back through the jump point. I'm going to grab something else. So we are going to take a little bit of time to do so. I want basically defense grid B2. Oh, I need to grab the actual ship, not the fleet. Oh, I also would need to actually move to that location. That might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. Move fleet's location, grab it, and then we're going to continue to again move these forward. Move you over, back through the jump point. Good, and then we're going to detach, put that into here, back in, go towards Beta Antilliae B4, and we're also going to move through Beta Antilliae A1, as well. So go through to the Tau Ceti jump point. These are the 24 orbital defense monitor Balladeer classes. They've got very short range, but they can probably take some hits. They also have no armor, but again, they can probably do some fire damage and do something, relatively speaking, here. So we're going to make a bit of an effort to do that. Okay, successful orders completed for the Apollo. Is the Apollo now in the area? Yes, you are. Then let's grab the third one. We should have sufficient space. Let's move to B3. Take you 3 hours. There we go. And then just grab the axolotl. What do you mean has sufficient hangar space? You should have sufficient hangar space. That is just a single axolotl class vessel. That's 5,000 tons. You should be able to easily pick that up. Can I be used if the parent ship has enough space? Which you should have. Oh, we still have the other axolotl here. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Move that through to Tau Ceti, please. Quickly. A little bit of it's a bit of weird operations we're doing at the moment with these. Okay, that's 2 axolotls down, and then move back to base until go to B number 3. Okay, with that done, we can now grab this properly. Wait, what? Did I not move them to the correct location? Read orders, grab. Again, there's nothing in that squadron. Why are you giving me that problem there? You are from the jump point. There's the axolotl. Please join with the Apollo. Join Apollo 001. You should be able to land on specified mothership as a squadron. These are the orders. I'm not sure why it was not allowing. This is a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, can we do B4? Would B4 work with that? I've never seen this before. The Apollo's completed orders. Now B4. Are we not able to? Are they not moving? 0.1. You are there. It's just not allowing us to pick anything up. Okay, we're going to delete these squadrons then, because apparently they're not working. They are in the same location, that is for sure. But apparently I can't move them forward. Alright then, I guess I'll just have to deal with it. I can't move these axolotl class vessels properly. Even though there's only... Is it because you're assigned to Feistus? That wouldn't make any sense to me. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, well, at least we've got those 2 ODPs right there that are set up. That does leave us with the division. And again, now you have ODP 002. There's some weird bugs going on at the moment here. Weird bugs. I'm going to leave it because I don't really want to mess with it, considering that there seems to be a bit of an issue in terms of how that's working. Okay, let's make a strike fighter squadron. Have them join up a squadron again. Rejoin. And we'll have them rejoin, land on as squadron. Land on the Apollo as a squadron so that we have those fighters now available. Okay, with that area now secured, I mean, it's not great. I would have liked that to be improved a little bit, but there seems to be some buggy action going on right there. We're going to head towards the Acheron jump point. That'll take 22 days to reach. I am also going to move you to the Acheron jump point, but we're gonna wait until we got everything here first. We need to make sure that we have our destroyers, and we have every ship that we're going to be needing to actually be moving forward here. Now, you are moving also to Gigantes, so we'll have to see the results of that. We don't want to leave the system open to potential enemy threats. And we got a lot of research there from recovering on that vessel. But no, with the Cruiser Destroyer Squadron now heading over, we can have a look, right? So I'm going to order Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 1. You're currently orbiting Gigantes. I'm going to have you go to Umatalia, and then Titamok, and then to Morrow, and then to Tau Ceti A4, with the goal of just making sure that every single world, there's no aliens on any of those worlds. Let's have a look. Ooh, enemy ship spotted. 10,000 tons, class 31 class. Wasn't that the ship that blew one of our vessels up? Let me check. Wolf 359 aliens, Wolf 31 class. Yeah, that has a rate of 5. Okay, that appears to be a point defense vessel has a speed of 5,666 kilometers per second. Very interesting. It's stationary. Weapon range should be within 30 million kilometers here. Do we know what kind of armor situation it has? What armor setup we are dealing with here? 31. We have maximum armor penetration of 4 with a rate of fire of 5. Okay, well, let's go the highest speed on this. I want to be careful about moving in like this. We're going to open up with ordnance. Now, we're going to approach. We should be able to approach relatively easily. We're going to approach, and if the enemy ship does not halt itself, I will fire ordnance. But until that point, we're going to head towards the location. Now, beam weapon range is about 200,000 kilometers. So yeah, okay, they're attempting to move away. We will then order missiles to be fired. So we currently have how many of these launchers? We've got 8 missile launchers per ship. I think 24 missiles would probably be sufficient for what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to hit assignment. Hit assignment. So we've got 31. So all missiles are assigned correctly. Fleet sync fire is on because we want them to all fire at the same time. Okay, missile fire controls fire as well. And we also want to fire you. Okay, so we're going to fire 24 missiles. If that doesn't work, we will fire more. 24 missiles are on the way. Streaming towards the target. Now that is point defense, maybe a little bit more powerful than previously anticipated. However, we got 7 nuclear detonations, so they did manage to shoot down 12 of them. We didn't manage to get through the armor, however, so we are going to unleash secondary salvos. So you, and we're also going to fire you. So we're going to fire 32 missiles next. Ooh, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad. We don't want to be firing missiles like that. Missiles. Oh, you didn't have a target. Damn it. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit of a waste. Okay, missiles on the way. Boom. Okay, enemy ship has now... did we lose contact? No, we didn't lose contact. But the enemy ship has now slowed to 4,249 kilometers per second, which means we now should outspeed it. We're going to keep track of the enemy contact. Follow. We're going to actually follow contact. Now, our light cruiser has a faster speed than that enemy ship. So we're going to detach the HMS Yellow River under the command of Captain List Ernest Lowe. Head towards the enemy contact, and we are going to follow at a distance of 100,000 kilometers. Follow at a distance of 100,000 kilometers. Ready your 4 lasers to open fire on the target, 4 20-centimeter lasers. But it looks like we punched a hole in one of its engines, and that will allow us to catch up with the enemy target and keep track of it. Okay, it's heading towards the jump point, I think. Again, we used a lot of ordnance there, unfortunately. I really didn't want to have to use that much ordnance, but it was necessary, considering the situation. Okay, we're closing in. Does the Yellow River actually have sensors on? Because that would be kind of a bad thing if it didn't have any sensors on. It does not have sensors on. Okay. There we go. We got plenty of sensor lock here now. No problem at all. Okay, it's continuing to speed away. It's making its way up towards the 55 Booters jump point. We should be able to catch it well before it's going to be able to reach any significant dangerous area. And if not, we can bring in additional fleets to deal with it. We're closing in. Closing in at maximum speed. It can't keep running for long. And this will be the first action for our light cruiser, the Highlander class. HMS Yellow River looking for a kill. The destroyers have detached, of course, and we feel safe enough to do this. It's not like light cruisers on its own. We're in a safe enough situation here. We are barely gaining on it because we only go about 800 kilometers per second faster. And as you can see here, we are just about to get within range. All right, let's order the ship to open fire. Fire control, fire, fleet sync, fire off. You'll fire as many times as you possibly can. 2 hits. We got a penetrating hit, looks like. So, chance to hit 30% at this range, which is pretty good considering. 3 more energy impact hits. Strength 2. We hit into the side of the armor. Looks like the armor protected the enemy vessel. And another 2 hits. Yeah, at this range is not going too great. Again, we know the enemy lasers have a range approximately of 30,000 kilometers per second, but we can probably assume that's something like 40,000. I'm not taking risks like I did previously, so we are going to continue to fire shots from a distance. Scored a penetrating hit into the enemy ship, and it doesn't look like it did anything significant to it. Another penetrating hit. It looks like its armor's getting pretty brittled up here, pretty broken. But range, we only have about 50% chance to hit it. That's another penetrating shot. And 2 more penetrating hits slid through as well. We fire every 20 seconds with our lasers. And we have 4 of them, of course. 3 penetrating hits. Looks like the armor's completely broken apart. And their speed is now... They're heading towards us. They think they're trying to take the fight now. And we're not going to let them take the fight. Another penetrating hit caused. And this should be pretty much lights out for this ship here shortly. Again, we want to be very careful because our light cruisers only have 4 layers of armor here. So they're less armored than the destroyer escorts, or the last generation destroyer escorts. Because it is a light cruiser, the purpose is stuff like this, and we should be able to now finish the ship off from afar. Enemy ship down. Successful engagement there for the Yellow River. Commendation to Captain Ernest Lowe of the HMS Yellow River. Have you rejoin up with the Cruiser Destroyer Squadron, and then we have the Cruiser Destroyer Squadron head back towards the Carrier Division, which shouldn't take too long. So it looks like we've cleared out the inner system. They only had 1 ship in here, but they now know of our presence, so that is going to be me of some concern. Alright, heading back up. Pretty successful overall. And yeah, Cruiser Destroyer Squadron. So we're going to now make our efforts. I mean, the fuel situation is going to be a bit of a concern, right? 50% fuel. Now, the problem is these are last generation ships, which means that, yes, the escort carrier can follow, but the destroyers only have 20 million kilometers of range. What's the fuel needs across here? So 4 million liters, 5.2 million liters, 5.3 million liters. Yeah, so it's like 13 million liters plus another 4.5. So we got like 20 million liters of fuel need here, and we don't really have the tankers to be able to consider the operations in this area too significantly. Now, we do have the Beta Antilles Deep Space Defense Station, which has 3 frigates on it. We can send those 3 frigates to kind of hold this jump point if we do move off from it. And there's also 5.5 million liters of fuel here that we can make use of. Now, that fuel, probably we're going to need to refuel these Cruiser Destroyer Squadrons, which are going to need a combined 5 million liters of fuel, right? Which we can do. However, there is concern here, right? Because we can't refuel the entire force, and we only have, if we look at our tankers, we have this tanker here, but that's transferring fuel. It's not really doing anything, and so that's really shown a lack of ability for us. And this is why we would love to have those replenishment ships, but we don't yet, have the replenishment ship, the Pulse class. We should be building it right now, but it's been an oversight. We just haven't been able to do it. We are currently scrapping the Strongheader. That'll be done in December 28th, and then we can begin to build that new Pulse class vessel. However, it's going to be way too late for the operations in the system, and so I think for now we're going to make a play for we're going to make a play for securing Tau Ceti fully, if we can do that. It's going to be hard Gonna be a really hard situation. But I think we got some chances here. If we refuel from the fuel station we do have, which isn't as much fuel as I would honestly like. So let's have our carrier division. Now our carrier division holds not that much ammunition, to be honest. Not that much ammunition. Why does the strike fighter squadron only have 18 strike fighters in it? Hello? There is something very weird going on here. Detach you. Yeah, it looks like it was able to have something that wasn't in its same fleet that was landed on it. Very, very weird. Okay, well, we have 86. So actually, we have a decent amount here. I'm going to detach the destroyer squadron here. And we're going to leave it on the jump point. I'm then going to order... this is fine. The escort carriers have 85 billion kilometers range of fuel. So that's more than enough. The cruiser destroyer squadrons, however, I'm going to order for them to go back through the jump point and refuel from stationary tankers. Once they've done that, they're going to head back through. So refuel from stationary tankers, then back through to Ceti. Destroyer Squadron 1 is the Starfall class, and so we should be able to make good progress there. Again, I'm not going to send too many ships out on their own where possible, because if they are faster than us and they manage to hunt down and get through our ammunition, there may be too many of them for us to destroy, and that's going to really cause us a lot of problems here. So we're just going to let the hours go by and let our ships refuel as well as arrive back. There's Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 2, which has now arrived back, and now we're also going to get a refuel from Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 1. Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 1 should be done. There we go. Again, not a great amount of fuel. Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 2 sorted itself out somewhat. So we're going to leave Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 2 here. We're going to need to get tankers over here. We just have to. So I'm going to take tankers that I think that are the least valuable to our logistics network. So that is, probably speaking, going to be something like the San Martin tanker, right? So we're going to refuel from San Martin, and we're going to take that over to Ceti. That'll take us 51 days, but it shouldn't take too long. So, well, no, it's not. We'll be able to continue operations with that en route. It's just it's not that much extra fuel, right? Okay, so we're going to order Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 1 to head towards the Acheron jump point. And we're also going to order the carrier division on its own to head to the jump point. And the Destroyer Squadron 1 to head to the jump point. Right? Active should be on for all of these ships. And then we're going to keep here the orbital defense platforms, the cruiser destroyers, and whatnot. And they're going to act as defense, right? For this jump point. Because we need to start shipping in a lot of fuel, and this is where having a bigger logistics tail, a bigger amount of freighters would be really useful there, and we don't yet have that. So we are going to make the journey up towards Acheron to see what we can do here. The Destroyer Squadron 1 is going to be at the head of the fleet because it goes 5,000 kilometers per second, so we actually will be able to cover that distance in 8 days. And we have various ship speeds here, which is kind of unfortunate. But I want to get secured on that jump point as quickly as possible, because the quicker we do so, the better. And then I want to look at, potentially speaking, getting some mine layers out here, but not only getting some mine layers, getting some deep space defense stations. Yeah, you've got the new mines, right? I think, right? I think those are the new mines. I think those are the new mines. Pretty sure. Are they? Let me check. Yeah, they are. So once you'll be able to lay mines, and then also I want a tug moved over here so that we can start moving that big station from Beta Antillier over. Because ideally what we want to do is we want to be pushing... let me just bring this up. We want to be pushing the current border, which is set up here, right? The current defended border. We want to push it up to Tau Ceti so that we can gain access to this arm of the galaxy, and we can also stage ourselves for attacks into Acheron much easier. So... Okay, we're nearly there with the Destroyer Squadron 1. Very close. Starfall's showing their speed and capability here. Okay, well, you are now set there. We're going to then stop you from moving any closer. Destroy Squadron 1, stop moving. Okay, and you're going to get ready to hit anything that does come through. Actually, no, you need to be moving within 10 million kilometers of that jump point, otherwise there's really not much point. So minimum distance, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 million kilometers of the Acheron jump point, because that'll give you a decent amount of range all around. Move last, Acheron, move to location. That's order delay. I put order delay on. Move to location, minimum distance, 7 million kilometers. There we go. Okay, so we have that now in position, and now we need to start getting these orbital defense platforms actually moved around, which is going to require, again, a tug to be moved. Now, we have a tug here, which is going to take 15 days to arrive, so that'll take some time. However, we've largely speaking, I think, secured the area. So another thing that I'm going to start bringing through here is, well, yeah, you're going to be done shortly. Once you are done with that, we can start to begin to grab ourselves these wrecks and start, repurposing some of that extra minerals for newer ships, which we'll be needing. Okay, Cruiser Destroyer Squadron 2 is going to be arriving, and fuel situation shouldn't be that bad. But it's really shown these wars that fuel and logistics are just so important. So we're going to move to that location. Okay, we have arrived, and then the carrier division is also moving up here as well. We're actually learning a lot of research points. Research points from the, as we can see here, we're learning quite a few from the wrecks that we're recovering. Covington completes the overhaul. Let's see, destroy Covington. And then we're still waiting on that tug, but we've pretty much secured the system of Ceti, which is a pretty big success in my eyes. 2.4 days until that arrives. Carrier Division 1 has completed all this. Let's not have you sit on top of the jump point. That's a great way to lose the entire carrier force, which has a total crew of... Don't want to think about it. Do not want to think about the actual crew size on that. No, do not go to that Cruiser Destroyer Squadron. You want to go to Fleet's Destroyer Squadron 1, 39 hours. Again, our carriers are pretty damn slow. Okay, that's the caravan moved. So now... we are going to tractor. We're going to tractor that ship. Okay. Tractor that. And we're going to take that over to... No, let's not tractor that yet. We'll wait for that. Tractor these defense grids. Right, so the axolotl. Take that over into Tau Ceti. Go towards Acheron, and we're going to be releasing that ship. No, 3600 kilometers a second, so we should arrive in a decent time. A decent time. Problem is, it's just the jump points are so far away from each other, man. Like, the fact that Acheron is all the way up here, I mean, it's kind of a blessing and it's kind of a curse, and it's going to increase the distance for the swarm, but they don't use fuel. So, yeah, for them, it's not really a concern, is it? Now, we need to set up the waypoints correctly for this, because again, they're going to probably breach with squadron jumping. I'm not ready to go into that system, that is for sure. We knew what was in that system, and it's not a pleasant situation. Okay, so 75,000 kilometers for the jump point. It's about there. We're going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're going to do that. Okay. So waypoint 3 to 6. So you're going to drop that on number waypoint 3. Then you're going to go and grab the other axolotl, axolotl 001. We drop that onto number 4. Then you're going to grab axolotl 2, and you're going to grab and drop that on waypoint number 5. And then we'll have these orbital defense platforms there, and then we'll be able to secure our needs. Bellerophon 001 is having some issues. This is a caravan class. I'm not sure whether isn't it a Bellerophon? Where are you located? Here. Yeah, salvager. You're a salvager. Salvager 001. You need to go get a refuel, my dude. Go get a refuel. That's 12.7 days. Should be able to do that just fine. But things will leave the episode off. Short episode today. More episodes on the way. However, I think we've done a really good job in today in terms of capitalizing our return to the town Ceti. We'll be able to start colonization in the system, and we'll also be able to continue to fortify our further. So we move the defensive line up, and that is going to significantly help us against the swarm, because now we can stage operations straight into their home system, or the system that they're home to, and we can do that pretty damn easily. But I'll see you guys next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Really does help me out, and goodbye.